few ways that you've coped with your anxiety. Are you interested in finding other ways of coping with it as well, or do you feel like what you have been doing works for you?
I think that so far what I've done mostly is just try to be aware of like my thoughts, and I noticed that a lot of the anxiety that I get is like triggered sometimes by like a negative thought, or I guess a negative perspective on something that has happened. Like I can overblow it to the point where it just it makes me feel really out of control about it. So um, what I do mostly is just try to, you know, do the best that I can with my own thoughts, because I have tried other ways of coping with it. For example, like I did take medicine about a year ago, I think. Yeah, and I don't prefer it. I don't think that that's one option that I would explore, just because I don't want to like rely on a substance in order to feel okay. I think that I can do it, um, and get good at it with practice by just monitoring my own thoughts and coping with it as it comes, because the medicine I feel like just really didn't it didn't help me the way that I wanted it to.
Mm-hmm.
It was just a strange experience. I didn't dislike it, but I would rather just not do it.
Could
So
you tell me, like, say the medicine did work for you, like,
mm-hmm.
what would that have felt like for you, do you think? Like, a world in which you
Yeah,
didn't feel anxiety?
I think that I think medicine is something that some people do it because it makes their lives easier and they truly need it, and if it doesn't have any problem for them, then I think that's great. But for me, I think that a situation in which I would be okay with it, I guess, with taking medicine, I can't really see that happening, because I feel like I'm in direct conflict with the act of taking medicine. Like I feel like it would that would almost even be like a source of anxiety for me, just because I don't want to have to rely on it. Like I just don't want to have to rely on it. I think I would feel more at peace knowing that I'm practicing and coping with it
Mm-hmm.
on my own, as opposed to taking medicine and having that, you know, help, that doesn't mean I'm judging anybody who
Right.
does use that, but I just feel like that's not it for me. It didn't really work the way I wanted it to.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
absolutely. That's totally normal.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do you have like support around you? Like what? Like do the people in your life know about your anxiety? Are you able to talk to them about it?
Yeah, I actually have friends that are also that cope with anxiety, and I've noticed that one thing that really helps is just talking to them about it. Like if I have a friend who's really anxious, sorry, who's really anxious, if I can talk to her and kind of make her feel better, it doesn't only just serve the purpose of being there for my friend, but it also kind of helps to like almost reaffirm all the things I tell myself when I'm having anxiety. It kind of like it refreshes my mind, and also just like holds me accountable, because it feels good to just be able to relate to another person and also kind of remind yourself of the things that help you when you're in that state, when you're in that
Mm-hmm.
anxious state, because sometimes you need to hear it from somebody else, or you need to just remind yourself of it. So I think that right now that's probably what works best for me, just knowing that I have the freedom to talk to the people around me
Mm-hmm.
about it. Even when it gets really bad, I know I have that support there, and that it does help. Even just talking, like sometimes I don't even realize how much just talking about it helps.
Mm-hmm. So what I'm hearing is like your support network is sort of self care for you because
Mm-hmm.
you know it's self care in the way that you are able to help other people and that
Mm-hmm.
feels good for you. But and
Mm-hmm.
then also they help you when you're feeling anxious
Yeah.
because they understand what that's like.
Yeah, I think that mutual understanding is probably what helps the most out of everything. Just having somebody that is compassionate to the same
Mm-hmm.
situation as you are, because it can be really really hard, and sometimes even shameful to have anxiety, because
Mm-hmm.
it just affects so much of your well-being. So to have somebody there that also is dealing with it and tells you, like, you know, it's okay, like
Mm-hmm.
I can overcome it, you can overcome it, it's going to be fine, that really really helps. So
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. That's
Mhm.
great that you have that.
Yeah, I'm really happy about it.
Well, so our time together is kind of ending.
Okay.
So basically, what I kind of heard from you today, correct me if I'm wrong, is just that you've been dealing with anxiety for a while now. You found some ways that are beneficial to you so that you can cope with that. You have a great support network around you, and you may be interested in finding some other ways to cope with it as well. Just definitely not medicine, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely not.
Well, maybe next meeting we can sort of talk about other ways that you might be able to cope with it. We can kind of start from there next week, well, in a week. Is that okay with
that's
you for us to meet? Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
Do you have any questions for me at all?
No, not right now.
Okay.